What's up, everybody? This is Kieran Reese, otherwise known as the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G, and hopefully I'm live with some Jack and Daxter. I've had a lot of internet issues today for whatever fucking reason. But yeah! Hey, baby. You ready to jack my Daxter?
Great! You have the cells for the machine. They ought to provide enough power to lift that boulder. There we go. Now, be careful facing that monster lurker at the top.
Wait! I'll stay here and protect Kira. Jack, I think you're ready to handle that monster without me.
Oh, really heroic of you.
Yeah, we're having a boss fight with this bitch. Yeah, it's a trick you can do. If you hit the button to jump, as soon as you land, you can keep bouncing. Most people don't know you can do that. It's some speedrunners do. Shit. Ah, Tenacious Daxter. That's funny. Tenacious Daxter and the Dick of Destiny.
people of Rock Village are breathing a collective sigh of relief. But there's no time to celebrate. Use your zoomer to navigate the mountain pass up ahead. Be careful. It looks like the lurkers have rigged the whole pass with explosives. When you reach the volcanic crater, be sure to visit the Red Sage's lab and activate the teleport gate so that Father and I can join you.
Yeah, you gotta beat these fuckers to the exit, or they'll blow up the pass on you.
Oh my! Those lurkers must be headed for a detonator at the end of the canyon. If they reach it before you do, they'll blow up the entire pass. You've gotta beat them there and destroy the detonator, or it's all over.
Oh, how they're basically just air pedaling fucking bicycles. There's so many creative designs in this game. Yeah, I would have gone back for the precursor orb, but you kind of need to outrace them.
Good work! You beat them to the detonator. The Red Sage's lab is just ahead. Go turn on the teleport gate so we can join you.
Volcanic crater.
I'm losing body parts in those things. Holy yakkow! The Red Sage's lab looks worse than the Blues.
Well, it definitely looks as though there's been a struggle here.
Yeah, you can.
I'd hardly call it struggle. Would you, dear sister?
Certainly not. The Red Sage gave up with so little effort. No fun at all.
Gall? Is that you? You've finally gone off the deep end, eh? And Maya, I told you the Dark Eco would affect you both. Nobody ever listens to old Samos. What have you two done with the Blue and Red Sages?
Don't worry about your colorful friends, you old fool. They're perfectly safe in our citadel. Our special guests.
They have graciously agreed to help us on a little project.
You were wrong, Samos. Dark Eco can be controlled. We've learned its secrets, and now we can reshape the world to our liking.
You can't control Dark Eco by itself. Even the precursors...
Until now, we've had to scrape by with what little Dark Eco we could find near the surface. But soon, we will have access to the vast stores of Dark Eco hidden deep underground.
Not the silos.
Yes, the silos. They will be opened, and all the Dark Eco of the world will be ours.
But that's impossible.
And the problem is, that's Golomia, the people that were supposed to turn Daxter back to human.
Only a precursor robot.
Oh, don't look so upset, Samos. We've got big plans for you.
Wait a minute! That was Gall? The same Gall who's supposed to change me back? Gall is the guy trying to kill us? I'm doomed.
We may all be doomed. If they open the silos, the Dark Eco will twist and destroy everything it touches. We simply must get to their citadel to stop them.
The fastest way there is through the lava tube at the bottom of this crater. A few more power cells and your Zoomer's heat shield should get you across the lava safely.
All right, my boy. You know what to do. Take the flea bag and go round up more power cells. Great balls of eco! There seems to be a large lurker presence in the spider caves.
Great. Sounds like a real cheery place. Let me guess. There are spiders in the spider caves, right?
Of course there are spiders in spider caves. But that's the least of your problems. The lurkers are after crystals of concentrated dark eco. You've got to destroy the crystals before those monsters get their hands on them. Up to it!
Hey guys, keep collecting power cells. They're the key to continuing our journey north.
Now I can go back through the pass without having to worry about the time limit. It's easier to teleport to the Blue Sage's hut, because otherwise I have to drive backwards through it. Ah, you bitch. Ah, fuck you, bruh. What a... fuck it, I'll take the long way. If you do it just right, you can skip the path down. Fuck. Oh yeah, fuck, that's right, you have to come back. Later on, you have to come back to this region from the other end. Forgot about that. There's a boulder blocking the way, and there's a yellow eco vent, but you have to turn on the yellow eco vent from the spider caves. That's everything I can do there right now, anyway.
Seek the pure light, for within its flame, the answers reside. You can gain my power cells by bringing 120 precursor orbs for each.
Yeah, fuck it. Might as well get his out of the way.
You have obtained another power cell. For your effort, a power cell is the reward.
There, and now I don't have to come back to his later. Come back here later. Yeah, there's the way to the spider caves. No, that's the way back. Is that the way back to the mountain pass or the spider caves? It's yeah, mountain pass. My bad. And these guys have a bunch of power cells that can trade you for orbs.
Hey, Gordy, I think we got visitors.
You think, Willard? Howdy, strangers. Passing through? Us too. Well, we gotta be moving on. Nothing to see here.
I thought you said this was a priceless gem worth...
Willard! Actually, we want power cells, not gems.
We got 4 of them. You want them?
What Birdbrain here is trying to say is, we may have a few power cells laying around, and we might be willing to part with them for 90 orbs each.
Where have I heard that before? Hey, how do you two geniuses expect to get that big gem out of here anyway?
Well, smarty pants, we got 12 more years of digging to figure that out.
Gordy, wouldn't it take less time if you dug too?
She's chilling in the living room. She's been in here, so I have to let her out and roam every now and then. Let her survey her kingdom.
This isn't good.
Oh, what are Gall and Maya up to?
I've reactivated the gondola. It can take you to Snowy Mountain. Use it whenever you want. Hey guys, by my calculations, it's going to take 72 power cells to fuel the heat shield against the lava on the way to Gall and Maya. Maya's citadel.
And yeah, you can technically ride the minecarts if you wait for them, but if you're careful, you can also jump on the remains of the tracks. Yeah, this is the way forward towards the Citadel. I can't come here yet because, well, technically I could. Almost. I almost have enough to come here. There's 100 power cells in the game, but I think you only need like 72 to beat it. You also get a bonus scene though that leads into Jak 2 if you get all 100. It's the true ending of the game. Yeah. Yeah, she loves my lap, man. If I don't let her up on my lap for too long, she actually gets upset. Like you've seen, like I'll put her down and she'll hop right back up. Put her, like she'll get mad. Yeah, Jak 2 is such a shift. In Jak 2, it takes place in the future. It has sci-fi technology. Jak talks a lot. You get guns. And it seems like such a weird shift after this game, but it still feels like Jak and Daxter. It's hard to describe, but Jak 2 is really fucking good in its own right. It seems like holy shit, what a weird shift, but like, they pull it off. And it's because Naughty Dog, the people at Naughty Dog, wanted to make more mature games, but they were contractually obligated to make 3 Jak and Daxter games. So they're like, okay, what if we took Jak in a darker direction? Because they did Crash, and then they did Jak, so they had done like 4 games that were kid friendly back to back to back. They're like, well, can we do something a little darker? It still feels like Jak and Daxter. It still has a funny sense of humor. It's just more like dark humor, like black comedy. It's funny. Like Daxter is the just as hilarious as ever, but like he jokes about fucking chicks. He's a womanizer. So, like, he's like, joking about, this, Australian woman's cleavage. And it's funny because, like, the Zoomer that you ride on, the bike? Everybody in the society has those around, so they're flying around in the Zoomers. Ah, that's funny. These caterpillars actually hide some precursor orbs in them, so you have to destroy them. That's why I am. When I first played this game, I was like, what the fuck? Because I kept going through this area and I was missing something. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to kill the caterpillars. It's one of those things they don't tell you. They could have done, should have worked on that. Because they don't fight you, they don't hit you. No, I know, babe. They don't fight you, they don't hit you, so you think to just leave them alone. You wouldn't think, oh hey, there's fucking orbs in them. Yeah, not just you, me. First time I played this game, I wondered forever, where the fuck are the last precursor orbs? And lo and behold, I had to look it up online. I'm like, oh, okay, it was the fucking, the caterpillars in the background. Like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? The answer? You wouldn't. That's what I mean. Or like, you remember that planet boss that I fought? Where there's 4 precursor orbs hidden in his jaw and you have to bounce on his body after you kill him to get it? Yeah, there's no way you'd fucking know that. And you think, oh, he's dead. You would think, oh, I need to bounce on his thing afterwards. So you'll just be sitting there wondering, where the fuck is the last 4 orbs? They give you no indication. You know, there's no other enemies you have to sit there and bounce on after they die. But, you know, it's fucking 2001, so... And honestly, this game was a big departure. Because you remember, the only games they did before this, Samantha, were fucking Crash Bandicoot, which, yeah, was a platformer, but it's a very different type of platformer. Crash Bandicoot, it's like a linear obstacle course. These are big areas hunting down collectibles. Like, those are like 2 very different schools of platformers. So, Naughty Dog had experience with platformers, but they didn't have experience making a big interconnected world like with this. So there's some, you know, learning pains. But Jak and Daxter still rules and still gets a lot more right than it does wrong. Yeah. Oh, that is true. I do have a lot of experience. Especially with Jak and Daxter. I've been playing this game virtually my entire life. It also just goes to show you how much people love Jak and Daxter. There hasn't been a new Jak and Daxter game in just about 20 years. since like 2005, and people are still desperate for more. And all the time I hear people saying, "When are we gonna get a new Jak and Daxter? When are we gonna get a new Jak and Daxter?" Like Rhea, she loves Jak and Daxter just as much as I do, and she's like, "Where is it?" But the reason is simple. They did, Naughty Dog did 4 Jak games, 3 main games, and 1 racing spinoff. That's actually pretty good. And then they wanted to move on. So they moved on to Uncharted, and then got caught up in Uncharted. It's just like, Naughty Dog, it's not like Naughty Dog dislikes Jak and Daxter. It's just, they can only make 1 game at a time. Yeah, I agree. They can only really make 1 game at a time, and then they upgraded to make 2 games at a time. And then they alternated between Uncharted and The Last of Us. So it's just that they were to other things. Which you know, if they were tired of making Jak and Daxter, it is better they moved on or took a break. Because if they didn't want to keep making games, they wanted to make new stuff. And, they were forced to, it would come out in the game, you would be able to tell their heart wasn't in it. And I understand as a creative, you don't want to be forced to, do the same thing all the time. You know, as a creative, they want to work on other different types of shit. So, and in all fairness, they didn't leave anything hanging. Yeah, exactly. We do, yeah. But, without spoiling anything, Jak 3 conclusively brings it to a close. So, like, it's not like they left the story wide open. Where it's like, oh my god, there's room for more adventures with Jak and Daxter, but all of the open story threads are closed by Jak 3. They didn't just leave the story hanging. So at least it got an ending. You know what I mean? Because if there's anything that fucking sucks, if there's anything that sucks more than not getting a new game, it's them leaving a game series unfinished. Like the story unfinished. It's the same thing with fucking Legacy of Kain. You saw me playing some of that the other day. That's one of my favorite game series of all time, fucking ever. I'm a diehard Legacy of Kain fan. Legacy of Kain shaped me into the person that I am now. It inspired my taste in video games. Okay? I cannot understate to you... I cannot understate to you... how important Legacy of Kain was to me. Okay? And they never finished the goddamn story. That wasn't due to them not wanting to, by the way. That was due to the publisher saying, well, you didn't get enough game sales, so even though the game sales were good, and prematurely canceling it. They were in the middle of doing another game after Defiance, and that got canceled. So, you know, it's not like the developers didn't want to do more. It's that the publisher wouldn't let them make more. But it means that essentially, one of my all-time favorite fucking game series is blatantly unfinished. The story is blatantly unfinished. Like, I can't even tell you how much that pisses me off. But there's hope, actually, because they recently, Crystal Dynamics, the ones who did Legacy of Kain, they also are the ones who are behind Tomb Raider, well, the more recent Tomb Raider games anyway. They were purchased by Amazon, for a long time, they were owned by Square Enix, and then Square Enix bungled them, and so they left. Yeah, but at least Firefly got fucking Serenity. You know what I mean? But, anyway, they were purchased, Crystal Dynamics was purchased by Amazon. Amazon has been expanding their game library. And it's not too bad because they're not really involved in making the games. They basically just sign the checks. And I honestly, with big corporations, I think that's the best thing to do. Just get out of the way and let the people who know how to make games. When the big corporate execs decide they know how to make games is when you get bad games. They're at their best when they let other people do their job. But anyway, so Amazon was like, Crystal Dynamics, after Amazon took stock, did a poll. They're saying, well, you know, we've been purchased by Amazon, and so that kind of changed our priorities. So we're kind of trying to figure out what to do next. This was like back in 2020 that they got purchased. And they're like, what do you guys want? And they had like a poll on their website, and people came flooding in to say more Legacy of Kain. That was one of the options on the poll. Okay? I'm talking about they had never seen as much traction on that website as they have then ever. People making accounts on their website just to believe answers in the poll. Because like I said, Legacy of Kain may not be the most well-known series. Legacy of Kain may not be the most well-known series. But it has a very, very devoted fan base. The people who love Legacy of Kain, like myself, really love it. And have kept it alive all this time. So, like, literally, they have more traction than they ever did of people voting just for fucking Legacy of Kain. Okay? And that's over Tomb Raider, which, you know, Tomb Raider is a lot more popular than Legacy of Kain, a lot more mainstream. Okay, and then, at the end of last year, they actually remastered Soul Reaver 1 and 2. And it was actually a really high-quality remaster. So, it may not have been a new game, but they were bringing the old games back. And the leader of the company, of Embracer, the person who owns them, said that the sales for Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver Remastered greatly exceeded their expectations. So, he didn't say the exact numbers, but this was the CEO of the company saying, yeah, this did way better than we thought it was going to. Okay? Which is always good, because to corporate executives, that means money. Okay? So, with there being a massive people piling in droves to fill out that form, and the recent remaster doing extremely well, there actually is a fucking chance that we might get another one. And more than likely, it's going to be a remake. Because it's now been so long that people will be, like, newcomers won't be able to just pick it up and be like, what's going on? They'll be like, what the fuck is this? Legacy of Kain is not one of those games where you want to skip games. They're all very interconnected. In the fucking last game in the series, they're mentioning stuff from the first game. And that's partially why people love them. That's partially why people love them, but it also means it's not newcomer friendly. You know, you can't, well, can I just play the most recent one? No, you need to play all of the other ones first. So, and at this point, Samantha, the first Legacy of Kain game came out in 1995. It was a fucking early PS1 game. So it could definitely do with the remake. But oh my god, I fucking love Legacy of Kain so much. You don't even know. Okay? It was one of the first games in gaming to be Gothic. And it's widely credited for helping pave the way for Gothic games in general. Okay? So in 1995, they were so far ahead of the fucking curve. And this game's storytelling was so fucking groundbreaking. In 1995 was the infancy of voice acting in video games. And so it's notorious now, most of the games from that period of time, Samantha, had fucking awful voice acting because they just hired whoever was around. Like the first Resident Evil has incredibly awful voice acting because it was new to it, and you know. But with Blood Omen, they actually hired British theater actors. They may not have been big celebrities, but they actually had a ton of voice experience. Okay, so the fucking story, the voice acting in Blood Omen is movie quality. And this was 1995, which at the time was like, holy shit, this is on another fucking level. Like, the voice acting would be good today. It could hold up against any modern game. Okay? So in 1995, they were so far ahead of the fucking curve. And it was an incredibly dark, bloody, M-rated game. You are a fucking vampire. You kill people. You deal with demons and wraiths and bloodshed. They show us people being brutally murdered. Torture devices. Like, this game was literally considered to be one of the games leading the charge for dark, grim games in gaming. Okay? And the storytelling is so fucking good. And it deals with so many complex questions. The nature of free will. What makes us human? You know, corruption, magic, like the story in those games, the writing in those games was so fucking ahead of the time, okay? That literally, the fucking script could pass for any modern game. Yeah, exactly. No, I understand, okay? You know, and it's actually kind of a shame, Samantha, because I swear the games would be bigger now than they ever were before. You know, when the Legacy of Kain games came out, vampire games hadn't really caught on. Just a few years after Blood Omen came Interview with the Vampire, and then later on we got a major vampire craze with Twilight and all that. So it almost seems like Legacy of Kain was kind of early to the party. You know what I mean? Like, if it released now, I think it would be even bigger than it was, because now people, like, appreciate vampires and gothic shit way more. But, like, this game, Samantha, was so ambitious. It had a giant open world with multiple entries and exits, towns that you could wander in and out, NPCs that had unique dialogue when you talked to them that was voiced. Most buildings were enterable. Day and night system, weather effects, like you'd have to take cover from the rain because he's a vampire, he's weak to rain. You could disguise yourself as an NPC with magic. There was all kinds of different weapons you could equip. You could have a fucking regular sword, a flaming sword, an axe, dual axes, fucking all kinds of different magic spells you could use, tools that you could use, like it was almost kind of like a proto-open-world RPG that you'd see now, but in 1995. Like, if you played it now, and you'll probably see me play it again sometime, it looks really dated, because once again, it was like at the start of PS1. but it was so fucking ahead of the time, man. Like, things that we're doing now in gaming. And back then, it was like, holy shit. And then Soul Reaver followed that up in 3D, fully 3D, because, you know, Blood Omen was like top-down pixel art. And had you become a vampire who was betrayed and killed, and then comes back as a wraith sucking souls instead. That's why it's called Soul Reaver. In a dark apocalyptic world. And Kane is the bad guy. Or so it seems. You're going after Kane. You used to be his vampire lieutenant. It's so fucking good. And you know Uncharted? Okay? How I love Uncharted? You know the writing in Uncharted? The same person that wrote the first three Uncharted games in Jak and Daxter, Amy Hennig, is the person who wrote Legacy of Kain. So, you've seen how good her writing is in Uncharted, how likable the characters are. Her writing is just as good in Legacy of Kain. Obviously, it's different, it's gothic and all that. But, you know what I mean? So fucking good. And that's what I mean, like, they were... it would be so fucking ready for a remake. Okay? Games as a whole have these skewed towards RPGs. Games as a whole have skewed towards open areas, open worlds. Games as a whole have skewed towards M-rated stuff. So, like, imagine them remaking Blood Omen to modern standards as a big 3D open world game where you're playing a vampire, jumping around and killing people. Like, that would be the sickest shit fucking ever. And, like, all of the stuff that was already in that game skews towards what's going on now in modern gaming anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it was like it was built for this. Like, oh my god, that would be so good. And, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, they would have to probably remake the old ones to get a new audience into it, because, you know, like, I love Legacy of Kain. I love it. I love it so much, I cannot even tell you how much I love Legacy of Kain. Legacy of Kain helped me fucking learn how to spell. I am dyslexic, and I have, autism, so I struggled with certain things. Once I learned how to read, I could read really well, but things didn't sound right to me. Okay, so I struggled. And obviously, people didn't know about all that stuff as much back then. And my parents wanted to give me encouragement. So this is like 2001. This is like Soul Reaver 2 had come out. And my parents told me, okay, if you can learn your entire alphabet and learn how to say them, we'll get you Soul Reaver 2. And I learned the fucking alphabet so that I could get that fucking game. That is how much it fucking meant to me. Like, it shaped my, like, taste as a person. You know, like, a lot of my love for gothic and spooky shit comes from Legacy of Kain.
Run away! That crystal's gonna blow!
Actually, you know what, Samantha? Do you think I could do, like, one more short stream and show you the beginning to Soul Reaver? I just want you to see the start of it, Soul Reaver. And I guarantee you, within the first 5 minutes, you'll be able to see why I love it so much.
Hit a crystal to get some light.
Like, okay, just give me half an hour. I'll be right back.